This go-home show for Smackdown got started with all your favorite stars shown getting, arriving to the arena. I'm your host, Unknown Emperor. This is Friday Night Smackdown review for the go-home pay premium live event of Clash of the Castle. Your Friday Night Smackdown got started properly with beautiful, beautiful Bayley. She wasn't in action, but she was accompanying Naomi to the ring because Naomi had a match against Chelsea Green, who was followed by Piper Niven, who is the hometown hero. Quick side note, Naomi's theme song spells her name out. Chelsea Green says her name. I don't. Both of those are worse than the CEO chants in the CEO. But, this ain't no this, that, and the third. But back to the match. These two actually got a lot more time than 3 minutes. I was expecting this match to be a 3-4 minute match. They were actually able to showcase a little bit of their offense. Both of them was showing a little bit of what they had to offer. Naomi got it started. She ran ring rope to rope, ran across the ring a couple of times, and was able to set up her legs, like her split leg drop, when she hit the splits on the opponent, leg drop. Then she was able to get a dive in and also hit up a step up enziguri, but she got a little bit overexcited whenever she was raining down the punches on Chelsea Green in the corner. Chelsea Green was able to muster up a little bit of strength. She pushed Naomi down and then surprised herself by hitting an amazing drop kick on Naomi. She pinned Naomi. Naomi kicked out at 2. Then she pinned her again. Naomi kicked out at 2. So she didn't know what to do. But ultimately, she got the roll-up pin. It was a 1-2. She possibly was going to get the 3. But at this point, Bayley pushed her foot off the rope. The ref did not eject Bayley. The ref did not disqualify Naomi because essentially Bayley put her hand on a participating competitor. Ref didn't do that. She was looking outside. She didn't see Naomi get the roll-up. Naomi rolled up Chelsea Green. 1, 2, 3. Naomi takes the victory. I don't know really what much to make of it, but it was a nice prelude for the championship match that you're gonna get at Clash at the Castle between Piper Niven and Bayley. We finally got a Baron Corbin sighting. We hadn't really seen him much since he was drafted to SmackDown. But he was backstage with Nick Aldis when they were interrupted by Legado del Fantasma. When in short, Santos Escobar set up his own match for Apollo Crews later on in the night. And Nick Aldis fined them for what they did last week. Next, we had the Grayson Waller effect. Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, your SmackDown tag team champions, made their way to the ring. Their guest on this evening was DIY, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, made their presence felt out there, and they instantly started to destroy the set. They threw the signs out, threw the chairs out, because they not with that funny business. They ain't here to play no games. Instantly, Tommaso Ciampa was trying to drive a wedge in between the tag team champions, a bigger wedge than the wedge that's already been put there. Calling Austin Theory Grayson Waller's secretary because it's called the Grayson Waller effect, but they're a tag team now, and no changes have been made to that point. Then we got Johnny turn to drive a wedge into it. When they played footage of what happened last week, Grayson Waller didn't want to play it because it's going to show him pulling Austin Theory into the dive. And Theory didn't want to play it because he obviously knew what happened. Theory was sitting there looking devastated. DIY challenged for those titles, which Grayson Waller declined, but Johnny Gargano wasn't trying to hear from Grayson Waller. He was trying to hear from Theory. He's like, hey, Theory, I'm proud of everything that you accomplished by yourself, But right now, Grayson Waller's just using you. I don't know what it is with WWE and having teammates use each other and have that be the storyline, but it is what it is. But before Grayson Waller, before Johnny Gargano could finish, Grayson Waller punched him in the mouth. But the kicker being that Grayson Waller was finna get hit with a super kick. Austin Theory jumped into it and he ate the bullet for him. But 10 seconds later, when Tommaso Ciampa was running to hit the running knee, he hit Austin Theory. Grayson Waller was running with his tail tucked between his legs. This team is not long for this world. They are gonna lose those titles sometime soon, and they are gonna break up with, I believe, Austin Theory taking the babyface route of it, and Grayson Waller being the heel. They'll have their blow-off match at SummerSlam, I believe, but I'm not really mad at this segment. It came, it went. It was nice for what it was. Uncle KO was backstage. Yes, Uncle Kevin Owens was backstage, and he was rocking an amazing Eddie Guerrero shirt when the Street Profits came up to him and basically told him that they had his back and that they was here for him. That was yet to be seen. Then we got into some one-on-one action between Santos and Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews started off obviously aggressive because last week they attacked him. He wasn't able to have a match, so he was able to get the jump on him. Right out of the blue, Baron Corbin came out. He attacked Angel. He attacked Humberto. Distracted Santos a little bit, which helped Apollo Crews get the momentum on his side. He hit a military press drop off, and then he hit a moonsault for the 1-2 kick out. Baron ain't help enough though, because when we came back from break, Santos Escobar was in control. He was hitting flips. He was trying to break Apollo's back because he hit this amazing tilt-the-world backbreaker. I'm surprised Apollo's still walking. I say that facetiously. You already know. But fast forward, Apollo went a little bit high risk, no reward. Well, he got a reward. It was a reward he didn't want because he caught a knee to the stomach. Santos kneed him in the stomach. At this point, Angel and Humberto was able to get their HP back, get their energy back, get their health back, however you wanna spit it. They was out there attacking Baron Corbin. This time around, it distracted the referee. Apollo Crews went high risk one more time. Electra Lopez pushed him off. Santos Escobar got the roll up. 1, 2, 3. Santos wins. Apollo catches yet another L. And Baron Corbin was no help because he came out there, attacked Legado del Fantasma, and Apollo Crews still lost. So, damn, they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to do something with Baron Corbin. I believe he's going to get into a program with Legado del Fantasma, probably with Apollo Crews in his corner a little bit. But I believe that they're going to have to do more with Baron Corbin. He went to NXT. He rehabilitated himself so much. And if they're going to just basically give him that type of treatment to where he's on TV, off TV, start, stop, then it's not gonna help. They could have kept him in NXT for that. Next, we had our undisputed champion, Cody Rhodes, make his way down to the ring, asking Glasgow what do they want to talk about, when he already knew what he wanted to talk about. He wanted to talk about AJ Styles. He wanted to talk about how AJ Styles basically faked his way into getting his title shot. He wanted to talk about AJ Styles and how he had this I Quit match coming up. But it didn't take long. He said AJ Styles' name. He mentioned their match. AJ Styles came out. He was followed by the Good Brothers. This was the beginning of not being able to hear AJ Styles throughout his whole promo. Because throughout this promo, throughout Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles being out there, the crowd was so loud that you couldn't hear AJ Styles talk. This crowd loved Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, again, I'm sure they already told you, you and Uncle Kevin, y'all welcome at any cookout. Any cookout for real. But at this juncture, he invited AJ Styles to come into the ring. He said, we're supposed to have this face to face, and you're all the way out there on the ramp. So AJ Styles told the Good Brothers to leave, and he made his way to the ring. But AJ Styles was not holding back. He was shooting from the hip. He was spitting fire. He says, hey, Cody, you're a quitter. This is what you do. You quit WWE. You quit New Japan. You quit Ring of Honor. You went to another place, made another company, and then you quit them too. You're just a natural born quitter. But Cody Rhodes had a rebuttal for that. He said, no. Let me see exactly what he said. Cody Rhodes said, no, he's going to bet. He bet on himself. In all of these situations, all of these occurrences, he bet on himself and he won. Because now he's standing in the middle of the ring as our undisputed champion, while AJ Styles had to pull a Mark Henry in order for him to get another title shot. Then AJ Styles basically just said, hey, you're a little bit more comfortable with saying I quit, but I'm going to beat you to a pulp to make sure that you say I quit. When I quit is probably the better version instead of getting your ass whipped by me. But again, it was kind of tough to hear what AJ Styles was saying with that raucous crowd behind him. And in this segment alone, they put up a little decibel, like to show how loud the crowd was. I think they need to put that in the American cities, like without piped in noise, to show that the states are awful. The fans here are spoiled. When we go overseas, the internationals, that's the crowd right there, because they can really see it. They can turn up, have fun as much as they want. But I'm ready for this I Quit match. I'm so ready for it. At this point in SmackDown, we had basically a runoff of a lot of quick segments going on. First segment, we had Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa beating up the Street Profits backstage while they were doing an interview. And then after they beat him up, Kevin Owens came running downstairs like he was just an earshot of it. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny to watch. Next, Nia Jax beat Michin due to a Tiffany Stratton interference. That match was no longer than 5 minutes. I wish I could tell you more about that match, but the highlight of it was Tiffany Stratton being ringside, was Tiffany Stratton interfering, and was Nia Jax eventually getting the dub after she hit the Annihilator. 1, 2, 3. Your Queen of the Ring wins. Next, we had a little video about how Logan Paul came home in Puerto Rico and LA Knight was chilling in his pool. Like, he was just in his pool, feet kicked up, having too much fun, because he said, hey, you didn't come last week. You didn't want to come this week, so I came to you. And he did. And then next, it was Carmelo Hayes, basically they need to do more with Carmelo Hayes. But he came out, said he's going to eventually be Mellow in the Bank. Yep, Mellow in the Bank. Next quick segment, we had Solo making his way to the ring, flanked by Bloodline Beta. Nick Aldis cut him off. I said, hey, Tama Tonga Loa, you are barred from ringside. If you do show up ringside, you are going to be suspended. Nick Aldis walked away. Paul Heyman creeped up, was like, Solo, hey, if you lose tonight, kind of gaslighting Solo a little bit. He said, if you lose tonight, you know you're going to lose basically your leadership over two people who don't respect leadership. And he said, no, wise man. If I lose tonight, I'm coming for you. If I lose to KO, I'm going to whoop your ass. Obviously, that scared Paul Heyman. I'd be terrified. Like, you lost and you want to come to me? Like, that's some bully behavior. Next, we had Isla Dawn and Alba Fire stating to their home country that they were gonna win the women tag team championships from Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I'd be surprised if they did it. I would be personally surprised if they did. And another quick side note, Isla Dawn, I love your voice. Oh my goodness, I love her voice. I don't know what it is. I know what it is. It's the accent. But listening to these two you talk is majestic. A part of me wants y'all to win the tag team titles so I can just keep hearing you talk. Like, amazing. Amazing. You're an amazing wrestler as well. I've seen amazing work that you and your tag team partner did, Miss Alba Fire did in NXT. So if a lot of people don't know who you are, I know of it, and I appreciate the work that you've put in, and I'm ready to see what you do on the main roster. Main event time, you know what it is. Solo Sikoa, Uncle Kevin Owens, two bulls locking horns. As soon as the bell rung, these two locked up, going at it, exchanging punches. KO was getting the better of Solo to start the match, but back from break, that didn't necessarily last long. Solo Sikoa was in firm control of the match back from break. He was throwing KO into steel steps. He was hitting hip attacks, but he went for one hip attack too many, and he got a DDT for his troubles. These two began to lock up again in the middle of the ring. For some reason or another, KO was getting the better of every exchange whenever these two was punching each other in the middle of the ring, or any exchange where it was a little bit of wrestling tennis going on, a little bit of back and forth, back and forth. KO always seemed within this match to get the better of it. And that didn't stop there. KO hit a tornado DDT off the top of the rope for the kick out. Solo Sikoa then hit a Samoan drop for the kick out. We were able to get a spinning solo. It was reversed. The stunner, it was reversed. And then these two competitors started trading super kicks. But Uncle Kev's super kicks was a little bit more super. So his dealt a little bit more damage. So he left Solo Sikoa laying down. He hit a cannonball. He hit a swanton bomb. But KO did not get the pin, did not get the job done because Solo Sikoa kicked out at 2. KO then hit a frog splash. And at this point in the match, Paul Heyman is just having a crisis, is just having a conundrum, because with every near fall that KO is getting, the camera is panning to Paul Heyman and he's sitting there mouth agape, just because if Solo lose, he gonna have to fight Solo. Don't you put hands on this Hall of Fame, man. But he did go up one too many times. Solo was able to reverse a swanton bomb by getting his knees up. Ooh, boom, need him in the back. But when Solo went for the spike, KO turned it into a stunner. KO was going to get the win, but at 2.999999999 shit, yeah. At 2.99, Paul Heyman put Solo Sikoa's foot on the rope, which obviously broke the pinfall. KO knew what had happened, so he confronted Paul Heyman. He was going to put Paul Heyman through a table, but Solo Sikoa saved him. Solo Sikoa hit a spike on the outside. Solo Sikoa threw him in the ring. He hit another spike on the inside. 1, 2, 3. Solo Sikoa wins. And without missing a beat, as soon as the bell rung, it was like Bloodline Beta was lying in wait, because Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa got the jump on Kevin Owens. They were abusing him, beating him up, was going to take it a step further. But then we got, I hear voices in my head. They come to me. They understand. They talk to me. They talk to me. Yeah. And then we got a returning Randy Orton. I think it's been about a week or two, couple of weeks since we've seen him. He came back. He is one of the few men that I have seen in wrestling history to defeat wrestling maths. It's 1-on-3. He came out there. He took out all 3 of them. He took out Tonga Loa. He took out Tama Tonga. He took out Solo Sikoa. He was gonna hit Solo with an RKO, but I want to say it was the infamous Tongaloa who ended up getting caught with that RKO. Bloodline Beta, they scurry away, leaving Randy Orton and Uncle Kev in the middle of the ring to celebrate and stand tall in front of this glassed out crowd. It was nice. It was nice. The storytelling that's going around Bloodline Beta, storytelling going around Kevin Owens, Randy Orton returning back to help KO. Now you got Street Profits and you got Randy Orton KO. Now what it could be leading to is when Bobby Lashley come back, Bobby Lashley's and the Street Profits, Randy Orton and KO taking on the Bloodline Beta, because they could be getting another member or another 2 members. You never know. But this was a nice go home show for Clash at the Castle. I don't know why I keep speeding that up. But it was a nice go home show. You let me know what you thought about it. You let me know in your predictions. You let me know what your predictions is for Clash of the Castle. If you want to know what my predictions are, I do have a video that you can easily tune into. It's also on my channel. You let me know what you thought about it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for helping this empire grow every chance that you get. I do appreciate you so very much. I am Unknown Emperor. See you next time.